this went out successfully. Just a bunch of meetings earlier today with the marketing team. Some different VC calls, but that's about it on my front. Like I said, I'm surprised how quick this day just went by.
Awesome. So we're recording this now from this point on. Do we want to just jump straight into the big stuff, Karan, since it's late for you? Do we want to give a little, and I know we've got a big announcement coming later this week on Core and the update for that, but did you want to give us a little bit in the meantime for those that showed up to Townhall to listen into?
Yeah, I can kind of jump on that. So it definitely is a frustrating moment for all of us to have to announce there's a delay to Core, but that is the reality. With putting like dates and expectations on these things, believe me, like I don't think there's probably anyone that's harder on like the team than I am to try to get deadlines met, and it's constantly that game of managing expectations of what like I want us to push out, what's even possible. And so there's just been like a couple front end development snags that cost us probably about a week and a half in development, and then sourcing like a new front end dev, of which also everyone we brought on to expedite this process. But we are gonna have to push back the release of Core a couple weeks, and we'll have an official announcement on the Twitter. Probably put out that on Wednesday. A couple sneak peeks of what else has been built over this last week and why we're kind of pushing a little bit. So don't take it as there's anything really wrong with Core. It's not necessarily that. Again, it's just a lot of this front end work that we didn't expect to take so long because of how quick our back end like Rust developers were able to produce. Tough reality. If anyone has any questions about it, definitely come up. And in terms of product rollouts as well, auctions, I'm more cautious now putting timeframes on it, but for old time's sake, looking probably towards like end of the week, beginning of next week to try to push that out live. And then also, like I said, with like adding the features for holders to be able to create their own raffles and auctions, that'll probably roll out next with it. Just to anyone also listening, I would probably leave it exclusively for holders only at the moment, just to provide like the only benefit to holders. But if there's anyone that like has an NFT they want to raffle off or auction off, definitely hit us up and we can throw it in manually from our side. Obviously, there's that little bit of trust layer. You have to trust us with your NFT, which I think you can do. But yeah, so until it's accessible to like I said, like a user front end, that's how we can kind of add you guys. If you guys have anything you want to put in there, that's about it on my end.
Yeah, so I don't know if we've explained this, but at the moment the raffle house is in what we would call the MVP stage, where it's getting that feedback from the community on what they want to see. It's not what the final product is going to be. It's going to be very close to it, but it's going to have a much more, I guess, user-intuitive dashboard that will actually be linked to all of our utilities. So we'll have a dashboard that you'll be able to flick between our utilities in like a one-stop shop. So, for example, for the raffle house at the moment, doesn't alert you if you've won, or you have to manually go check how many tickets you bought. This is not what the final product's going to be. The final product will have, I guess, a dashboard for your personal wallet that'll show the amount of tickets you bought, which NFTs they've been for, and if you've won once it's finished. So it's just it's a little bit of playing around with it at the start, but that once that final product's out, I think it's going to be a very schmick product.
Yeah, the idea in the development of the idea is definitely to release like MVPs first, having something that is like functional without that many features, but we wanted to deliver that as fast as possible, and yeah, I mean, this is definitely not like the final product we're going to release, so don't worry, guys. Everything's coming slowly but surely.
So did you want to speak about, so we got 2 new front end devs on, I heard Jake say before. They're up and running now, are they, Karan?
Yeah, exactly. We got like to reinforce like the front end development, because as Jake said, we had like the back end stuff done on time, but on the front end dev side, we had like some lag, I would say, compared to what were the scheduled timelines. So we just had like to reinforce like the team to be able like to cover the schedule and deliver within a decent time frame. So yeah. So yeah, all I can say is that these 2 guys have been starting like early this month, like taking care of the next things that you will be seeing in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, so far so good. Quite satisfied with what we got there, and yeah, hope you will like it as well.
Awesome.
I think part of that also is like a mastering for mobile. Is that in there yet? I'm not sure if I had seen that.
No, for now it's just like getting like the different features we want to implement, like first on some kind of like web but responsive this time. Yeah, because the first version of the raffle and the first version of like the staking was not responsive at all. That's why we also delivered it like so fast. But the next update, and I would say a bit like of a revamp of like the navigation on the website, will include like also like responsive. So yeah, we will get that as well. Still not a pure mobile version, but the pure mobile version will come like later on when Core will be like released for this responsive like desktop oriented.
Awesome. So does anyone in the crowd want to come up or type in Gen Chat or Holder Chat any questions about the development of our utilities? Because now is the best time to do it. If not, I might move on to more of the community side of things, and I'll get if it's all right with you, Karan, I'll get you to stick around in case some people throw some questions into Gen Chat, and I'll jump onto the community side.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Awesome. So straight after this town hall, we're going to be running the next faction event. It's going to be a combination of which sub-DAO can get the most Twitter followers within a week, and also there's going to be an individual events for community members to create banners or logos for these sub-DAOs and be rewarded in Talon. So I think the Twitter post is already up. I'm going to drop the Discord announcement after this, and we'll see what the community can come up with and which DAO will, I guess, reign supreme for the week. We've also got, I'm going to be working on some community improvement ideas, so providing more value to you guys within the community. We're going to start doing that by organising some Discord AMAs. So if you want to I've actually opened up a suggestion box. If there's any projects that are coming up or some ones that you are, I guess, existing projects you're interested in, drop them in there. And if you've got a contact, that'd be awesome to throw it in there too. If not, we'll source that, and we'll start providing, I guess, AMAs within here so you guys can learn more about other investment opportunities. And let me think, what else have we got going for the community? I have been talking to a few of our community members that are, I guess, beat makers and DJs. So we're going to integrate that into our Berghain throughout the day. So if you've got a bit of time while you're studying or something or working, you want to listen into that, we'll have that plugged in as well. Schaefer, do you have any things on community that I have maybe missed on?
No, I think you covered basically it all. You can talk about Auction House coming out soon.
Yep.
There's a bunch of things. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. The only other thing I could probably say is that there is it right, Schaefer, that there's more GigaDAO pre-sale coming in the near future?
Yes, but I don't want anyone to even say anything about it just because I don't want it to be sniped again. I just want to, we'll put it out when it gets in,
Yep. Razakin asked, with the community AMA on Discord or Twitter. So I guess that's up to you guys. What would you prefer? So I think the pros and cons for it are Discord, it's gated, it provides value to our community holders. Twitter, pros for it would be that it's a marketing tool for us and for their community, so they may actually be more willing to jump on. But open to either of those. It's just we're doing this for you guys, so whatever you would prefer. Maybe throw into suggestions what method you would prefer out of the two, Discord or Twitter. Or maybe we can alternate depending on the project as well. I know Gecko's here. I'm not sure if he can come up and talk and maybe discuss what he's been doing on the art side of things, or if it's too late. One final thing that we will be doing this week for the community, we're going to be doing a bit of a series showcasing our Legends of Zoran winners. So for those that aren't aware, we have the one-of-one collaborations with UGS and well-known one-of-one artists. The first one was won last week at the raffles, The Outsider by Matt, who's one of our community members, and we're going to be showcasing each of these winners both on Twitter and Discord. So sort of just a little added bonus for holding that. And I know a few people asked in the chat, what's the benefit of holding one of these one-of-ones? Well, I think Schaefer says it's best. It's like a joker card or a wild card, so it'll be stakeable. It'll be able to gain, I guess, more access to the gamified staking and airdrop opportunities. It'll have its own verified role within the Discord server, so it'll have probably that added layer of exclusivity. And they're just, I don't know, they're just cool. I just like the look of them as well. So those would be what I would call the benefits for that one-of-one. We have Gecko up now if he wants to talk about.
Yeah, real quick before Gecko goes, one-of-ones are actually ready to be staked right now. So whoever wins this one tomorrow or today, you can go stake your NFT right away.
Oh man, there goes everything I wanted to say. Nah, I'm playing. What's up, everybody? I think it's my first time getting on the Townhall here. Yeah, I have not been in as much. I'm mainly just focusing on like graphic creation. Anything you see like on the marketing side on Twitter, like these kind of visuals. If it's not me making them, I've already made them way before. So yeah, on that end, still doing the things we want to on there. I've heard a lot of noise about wanting an art upgrade. Well, the cat has been out of the bag like a while ago, but I am working on that right now. Just working out some ideas, brainstorming, getting different angles in. For anybody not aware, I used to be a tattoo designer, so that's something I really wanted to take up. And yeah, like as mentioned before, we're still brainstorming that. Also getting a bit of a nice lore overhaul in. I cannot say too much on it yet. So I will just leave it at that, but we're going to take in a pretty interesting direction in the lore, tying it together with like the new PFPs that are coming in, and really cementing our place like lore-wise in our ecosystem.
Awesome. So it looks like in Gen Chat, Jake, that at the moment Twitter is probably the preferred method for AMAs if we're going to run some. So we might have a chat about that. Maybe I'll run a bit of a poll as well, but it might alternate based on, I guess, our availabilities and what their preference is as well.
Yeah, I think Twitter's definitely a good platform. It also just grows the engagement, so for sure.
Yep. Awesome. I guess, do we want to... I know Light's actually on a space at the moment, so he can't really jump in here and talk about the marketing side of things, but did you want to have a tiny talk about the marketing and the lineup for the rollout to Core? I know we've talked about it a bit in the past, but it's been updated a bit with the minor delay.
Yeah, the delay has been really what's been the hard part on like pushing a lot of new info on it. But over the next week, 2 weeks, we're going to be putting out a lot more content regarding like a full demo using Core, what the dashboard looks like. There's some pretty unique features also, so keep an eye out Thursday when we put out an image of the dashboard. There's a unique feature hidden in there that I don't think we've made public yet on how you'll actually be able to use Core. I think is going to be really cool for some people. Like I said, I don't want to give away too much on it, but you'll definitely see it Thursday.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Karan, because that just reminded me. Razikin has asked in the past, is there possible for a testnet version of like to muck around with and as well prior to the launch? Or would that take up too much of the dev resources and potentially push back if we were to do that?
This is something. I mean, anyway, we will have like to test our features to see if we have like any bug or anything like on the DevNet. Yeah, the thing is like maybe we could use that as well to familiarize people with the usage. That might be like something also to think about. I mean, for those who know how like to basically switch networks to go like to the DevNet and get like these DevNet tokens, but yeah, that's definitely something we might also.
If we could get that up and running, that'd be a pretty cool little community event we could have where, run DevNet and see you can make the most profit using Core in that short time period before we go live.
Yeah, the idea would be also like to collect feedback.
Yep.
Mostly. So yeah, and talking about feedback, if there's any community feedback, feedback from any of you that there's like some features that you want to see into some of the tools or the services we're providing, definitely feel free like to hop in the suggestions or to and to post something about that. We will definitely take a look and try to implement like the things that look interesting, like to implement, of course.
Awesome. We got a hand come up, so let's get that one up. From some.
Hey guys, saying hi from Hawaii right now.
Yeah, I've seen your photos. Looks like you're living the dream right now. I'm definitely jealous.
I'm on a beach right now, but Gecko was talking about tattooed. Although I don't have any tattoo in real life, I think having a collection with a big emphasis on tattoo is pretty cool. Since he's I just wondered though, would the upgrade with the NFT that has tattoo will have tattoo, or will it be like a randomized thing?
Well, no, I get what you're saying. Thanks for the suggestion actually on that end. Thing is, for like our art upgrade, I'm going to be getting pretty deep into like accessories and also tattoos on that end. I really want to get like not overboard with it, but also kind of overboard, if you get what I mean. Would love to get like some unique designs going for every faction on that end. Things that we have not really seen before, while not being chaotic at the same time. Really want to get something crazy going there.
Yep. So.
Oh yeah, hopefully we'll see some like corrupted wings or something like that. Those are pretty popular traits.
Yeah, there's just a few things coming up. I don't know how much I can say on it and whatnot, so I'm trying to keep myself a bit filtered out here. But yeah, definitely, there's some pretty cool stuff coming up on that end.
Yeah,
Nice,
so
nice.
I guess all we can probably say is that it's only at the base at the moment. So Gecko's really been working just on the base. It's only a small bit of his time because he's still working on the UI UX of utilities as well. So it's the base at the moment, and us as a team sort of just brainstorming with Gecko to get the best possible thing out there.
Cool. I do have a question for Jake regarding we had a talk about sign up with Dragon staking for the royalty protections. It seemed because one of the biggest benefit for SubDAO is that 30% or access to 30% of the royalty. I'm pretty sure the community would want to get royalty protected. Have we made any progress in that front?
Yeah. Actually, we put it to actually the faction councils. We wanted to kind of test the kind of concept there. And so, unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure they approved it. So I think we'll be issuing the first faction grants in that way. We'll do it in an expedited way where we'll probably just send it straight to X Labs. But we'll definitely market that as well because, like I said, we wanted to put it to a community vote, and it was pretty overwhelmingly in favor of X Labs. It's just taken, like I said, there's always the caution you want to take with some of these relationships. So the people that we're with staking currently, I've just reached out to them several times to give them the chance to at least fill me in if they're looking to do something similar that would give us similar features. They haven't. So I think in the next probably 24 hours, we're going to get that started. And it should only take, I think, at most 72 hours for X Labs to complete the full migration. There's just a couple things we have to obviously let the current staking platform let them know, and kind of begin that migration.
Yeah. So I'll comment on that as well. I don't want to comment too much on the faction council's decision, but we sort of come forward with the options. There was a couple of options for the royalties. X Labs was chosen because it's not as centralized. It gives the people the ability still to trade without paying royalties, but they just don't have that incentivization of staking for Talon. It also, one of the big kickers, and one that a lot of community members have actually brought up, is the fees. So X Labs have actually offered to waive the fees for claiming and staking on our staking server if we go through them. So that's one added bonus that I'm not sure if that was actually added into the voting thing, but I know that's for those that are doing mass claiming. That's a pretty big pro as well.
That's great. I'm actually myself. I'm a big holder of St. Dragon, and I'm very bullish to hear that we are going with them because being someone who holds a lot of NFTs, it's a really big hassle to stake, unstake, and claim with Cardinal. So quite bullish on that.
And one thing I'll add is that the implementation time is probably the one thing that I think has been brought up as a concern by community. So we might discuss that with the faction councils as well. I know there has been some feedback that people want to see the utilities out before the royalties are starting to be enforced, but that'll be a discussion on that end of things.
That's cool. And I just want to do a quick shout out because this is UGS is the first project that I joined that actually truly empowered the SubDAO by giving them access to grant to actually do things with. So from there, we can see how the team, carry yourself and your philosophy, your principle in terms of, taking care of the holders. So I'm really glad to be part of the project. And you can probably see my wallet. I haven't sold any. I do a little bit of trading, but so very, very glad to be part of the project. And and I know things going to get it's always, there's going to be delay here and there, but as long as we are persistent, we're innovative, we'll get there. And I think, anyone who think this is selling because it's belated, I think they're missing out. And yeah, just a shout out to the team there.
Definitely appreciate you, and I know like you've been around since pre-min and asked all the very hard questions at Jake prior to minting, and we're glad to have you as part of the community.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my beach time with the kids. So
Have fun.
Yeah, enjoy, brother. Have fun down there. I bet you when you get back to the U.S. or mainland
Yes.
U.S.
Yes.
Okay, so couple of questions for you, Gecko, or just anyone in the team from the holder chat and gen chat. If there's an art upgrade, would the tiers stay the same per NFTs? So the classes.
If the tiers will stay the same, I would say yes.
Yep.
There won't be any rarity changes or anything like that, like on the faction, on the class side of things.
Yep.
I don't know how much Jake, for example, can put in here. As mentioned before, we've only touched the base, like to get like the art style going. And from here, there's going to be some things we want to roll in that may be different in a good way.
Yeah, we would not mess with any of your rarities.
Yep.
Nah, like your godfather is safe. Don't worry.
And I think this is something that we potentially talked about, but not gone into too much. But it's, like, for those that like the original art, we're not confirming it, but there may be the option to still keep the original art. I guess that's all. I'll keep it at there. I just know that Jarro said he likes his, so
Yeah,
I like mine as well.
I just saw it too. Like I don't think we definitely would not want to undercut anybody that does like the art we currently have going on. I feel like we shouldn't shun out anybody from still keeping the art we have now instead of the new art that's coming. Should be, instead of shunning out, it should be like something I think could be pretty inclusive.
Yep. One more. Razikin did ask, and he's asked in the past, about the possibility of being able to switch factions by using Talon. So this is one that I think Jake might be able to, like, it's still very early stages, so but I like the idea of the concept. I'm just not sure on how that would go at the back end, if anyone would be able to.
Yeah, I mean, we can put it on a drawing board and explore it. It might be like technically difficult, just to like keep everything balanced. Yeah, like in the back end, we could definitely see like how that would work out. See if there's like a swapping for faction kind of ability.
Yeah, because it's not just
we wanna
it's
try
not
to keep it
just
balanced.
swapping. It's not just swapping the faction, because the factions are tied to the type of clothing they're wearing and their traits and stuff like that. So it'd be having to basically switch, or like, for example, a warlord to a godfather or an aristocrat to switch factions. But it's definitely a good use case for Talon, and could create a bit of rivalry as well, of trying to poach people across factions. Let me just check. Looks like don't have a ton more questions, unless anyone in the crowd's got anything else they want to bring up, or anyone else on the team wants to bring up that we may have forgotten. I think we've gone through a fair bit in this half hour.
So that's all I got. If anyone wants to jump up, definitely do it now.
So I know to, like, it looks like Ark's up here.
Yeah, thanks for having me up. I really want to point out that we have another use case for Talon on Solana Shuffle. We can use our Talon to do bets. The announcements in the council announcements and also in the regular announcements channels. I'm also dropping information now on the monster hunts coming up this coming week.
Ah, yes, I forgot.
And we'll get that started. I guess we'll get that started today. And during the week, we'll have three different hunts, and I'll try to spread the times out so everybody on all continents can participate at the most advantageous time.
Do you have any more clues on what monster hunt actually means? Because I'm still trying to figure it out.
Oh, that's part of the good part here. We'll introduce it. We'll start the games and introduce the rules and or the rest of the rules and what's actually happening on the day of the hunt.
Okay, so we can't prepare for it. You're all good. Perfect, thanks for that, Ark. I think, wait a second, I got one more mention somewhere. Oh no, that's in council announcements. I think that's what Ark's just talking about. Yep. Okay, so I might quickly wrap it up. So, quick recap would be core is coming soon. It has had a minor delay based on having to replace front end dev. So the back end's very much it's close to finished. The front end is just tying those two together to make it look pretty for you users. We have a lot of events, community events coming up this week. We're going to start the AMA process. New auctions out today. There's a vote proposal for royalty incentivization, I'll call it, not enforcement. And we've had some updates to the raffle house this week as well, with more coming in the future. I think that's probably just a quick little recap of probably the important key points, plus the art upgrade still happening.
All right, thanks guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
No worries. Talk to you later.